Hello everybody! Welcome to another fantastic Friday. Get it? Fan. PH. How is everybody doing this lovely Friday? I see Free63 is first. I already got a donation from Manga Carey. Keep fighting, I'll catch the rerun. I'll see you then. Might be asleep when this goes live, so have a lovely day. Well, thank you. Let me see if I can get some... I think you guys prefer the music in the background, right? What music did I have on last time? I think I had on this. Can you hear that? I mean, whatever works, right? Somebody last time, noticed that I actually had music playing, but I think for the most part, it's kind of really dull background noise. It still helps, right? It makes it a little bit less silent, a little bit less awkward. See, I got my regulars, Gabe the Gen, Ryan, Eric Lowry, what is up, Trent? Hey! Hope you all are having a good time. Good old time. We do actually have some news this week. I finally, just today actually, posted officially the comic schedule that I'm going to be looking at for 2024. There still might be some other comics that I add on later, but for now I wanted to get something out there so you know kind of what to look forward to. I'm not sure if I should go over it immediately at the start of the stream, because sometimes it's good to relax a bit at the start of the stream and then go into it later when actually people are more watching and seeing what we're doing here. But yeah. So let's do a little relaxing for now. Talk about our week, talk about our new year. I didn't do much for the new year, honestly. I did, unfortunately, New Year's Day, we got very unfortunate news from a friend that they are having a breakup, and that was pretty brutal to hear first day of the year. So hopefully your new year is going a little bit better than that particular friend. Sorry if I make some jingling noise. I don't know if that picks up on the mic. It probably does, right? Because this mic picks up the tiniest of noises. It's quite irritating, but this is my fidget cube. The special Burning Star fidget cubes, right? They've got the little Burning Star logo on there. I have them on the website, but I should have put a video showing how they're used, because some people don't know what fidget cubes are. We were selling these special nice Burning Star fidget cubes, but I didn't really show you what they do. What they do is they just fold forever. So similar to a fidget spinner, you just fidget with it like this. It is actually, it's kind of calming. Originally I was like, man, I should get a piece of gum before I stream because I was feeling kind of anxious. But I didn't want to do that to you guys because I know that this mic definitely picks up on saliva noises. More than other noises, I might add. Or well, crinkling noises are also really bad, but yeah. So I didn't want to be chewing on the Fridays with Dannphan live streams. I didn't want to make you guys suffer. So instead I picked up a fidget cube. But now as I'm holding it and I'm hearing the little plasticky noises, I'm like, man, that's definitely going to pick up on the mic too. I don't know, I mean, it's probably better than saliva noises at least, but it's probably a little bit annoying as well. So, my bad. Hey, what's up, Kenzie? First time attending one of my streams? Well, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard indeed. This is chill streams. Basically all I do is talk about whatever random stuff is going on, whatever live chat wants to hear my opinion on or talk about, and sometimes we do updates, some news type stuff. If something new is going on with the channel or with Burning Star. So they're pretty chill streams. Yeah, chill, happy, fun time hour. Yes, that's what we're known for. Just all the chill. But easiest Rubik's Cube ever. Yeah, exactly. It just folds. That's it. Just folds. But it is strangely calming. I'll say that. My actual fidget spinner, I think it's broken. I don't even remember where I put it, but yeah, like one of the whatever that holds the weight in the fidget spinner, that broke, and then the weight fell out, and yeah, I probably threw it out. But I got fidget cubes now, and we can 3D print these, so we can just like have infinite fidget cubes forever. No matter how many of them break, just print a new one. It's got the Burning Star logo, so they're extra cute, right? Right. That's why you invest in the 3D printer, so that you can just have infinite fidget cubes. What's up, Renee D. Liz? How's it going? Oh yes, Mickey Mouse has entered the public domain. What are you gonna do with that info? Well, I know what people are already doing with it. They're already saying, oh man, it's time for the fucking Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie horror movie, which is so annoying. It's like the least creative thing to do when a children's cartoon gets put into the public domain is, oh, let's make it into a horror movie, ha ha ha. So stupid. But I'm sure that's going to happen every single time. Now, of course, there is like a little asterisk to put next to the whole Mickey in the public domain thing, because it's a specific design of Mickey that went into the public domain. It's not, because Mickey has been redesigned multiple times throughout the history of Disney, they still have copyright protection over many of the redesigns. And what they're going to do is they're going to claim that even if you use that version of Mickey from Steamboat Willie, they're still going to claim that it's too close to the redesigned Mickey. So therefore, it's still violating copyright. So that's an issue, right? Because Disney is going to do what Disney's going to do. They're going to keep on hitting you with copyright claims regardless. But you know. Disney's still hitting people with copyright claims. I bet. Yeah, I bet they are. It's what they do. It's what they do. But yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal that it's in public domain. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a huge pile of money and a chip on your shoulder. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why Pooh became a creepy man in a plaid suit, because they're always just like, make a horror movie out of it. It's public domain now. We're gonna use that name recognition to make a horror movie about it. That's all we know how to do with name recognition. It's part of the reason why I started to hate horror movies more and more throughout my life, is because there's so many that are just so lazy and uncreative. And it's just disappointing, you know? I have a soft spot for like some psychological horror stuff, but that requires like a certain level of cleverness from the writer, and I just have not seen that in years when it comes to horror movies. So now I just generally have the stereotype over all horror movies that they're all bad, because that's the majority of what I've seen. It's very rare that I'll find something in the horror genre that I genuinely like. Saw the comic announcements on X, can't wait. Ah, yes. Yes, indeed. We have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to look forward to in 2024. Obviously, I'm most excited for Reaper, but that's just me. I gotta get back to work on doing those action scenes for Reaper. But yeah, we still got a little ways to go. I gotta put together my Indiegogo pages, stuff like that. But should be good. Should be good. What's your favorite horror movie? Interesting question. Interesting. Does anime count? That's a good follow-up question. I'm trying... Honestly, hard to say. Hard to say. I remember I used to, because, Stephen King put out so many books. Not all of them good, but all of them kind of like attention grabbing, I guess is the word. So they would just make a bunch of movies based on said books. And during Halloween, those would be the main things just playing on TV. So that's like some of my childhood exposure to the horror genre. Perfect Blue is a good horror movie, but I want to hear non-anime movie. Honestly, I do kind of like the old, like 1950s The Fly movie. There's something extremely charming about it. The one thing that there's a couple things that I would have like little critiques of, right? I don't like that we start off The Fly with a flash forward. I don't like the flash forward, beginnings to a lot of movies, and even really to a lot of books. I don't really like it. The whole, you might be wondering how I got here. Kind of a funny story. Because before you even start the movie, you know that the husband's gonna die. It's like, no! I like him the whole time that the movie's going. I'm like, even though I know that he's gonna die, I'm still like, oh well, I hope he doesn't die. But they just tell you right at the beginning that he's dead. And I was like, fuck, dude. Another complaint that I have about that movie is that the husband dies. Those are my two complaints about The Fly. But it is genuinely a great movie. I never saw the 80s version. I never saw the remake. It looked really gross, and I'm not into gross stuff, so... Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum. There's this other movie, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which I thought was an incredibly interesting premise. I do like how Summertime Rendering took kind of that concept and did something better with it. I think Summertime Rendering is like the better version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but, it is an interesting movie. I'll give it that. It's like the inspiration to something better, if that makes sense. Which movie? That movie's been remade like 5 times. The original, the like first one, the black and white, whatever. I mean, it's just called The Fly, right? Or are you talking about the Invasion of the Body? I don't know. There's a delay during the stream. I don't actually even know which one you're talking about when you're asking which movie. Modern day horror movies, it's a little bit more tricky to think of ones that I genuinely like. Honestly. Which is part of the reason why I gave such really old examples. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Oh, that's the one that you were talking about. Yeah. Once again, the black and white version. I don't know which version that was. It was a very old movie. I did enjoy it though. Even though I kind of knew, oh well, this would be better if it was like rewritten in a better way. It's part of the reason why I say I like Summertime Rendering better. It's because they kind of took the concepts and ran with it with a more interesting twist. But Oh, the Fright Night movies. Those were so good. I like the first Fright Night the like 80s one, 80s or 90s, the older one, and then I like the Fright Night remake too, but I like them both for different reasons. Like, they both go with the same story and then take it two different directions. But both movies are very good. I think I like the Fright Night original one better, but they're both very good. It's funny because Adam, when he was talking about, oh, he really likes the movie Fright Night, and then I was like, oh, cool, I'll put it on, and I put on the original, and he was like, oh no, I was talking about the, like, remake, and he never had seen the original until I put it on, but he enjoyed that one as well. And then later on, we watched the remake that he watched, and then we enjoyed that as well. So it's nice. It's good stuff. Although it's not nearly close enough to Halloween to actually be talking about favorite horror movies, is it? But yeah, so, you know, we're about 20 minutes into the stream, so maybe I'll pull up the actual few announcements that I have for Burning Star. I made this announcement kind of on the YouTube channel that you're watching on right now. I did it in the community post, but this is a better post because I have more like threads showing you like a little bits and pieces of the actual comics. So the first post is just like giving you a general rundown of all the comics coming to the website and the dates that they're going to be posted on. And then we go down and then we actually introduce you to some like art from said comics. So this is the first one that's going to come. It is The Way Long Back, done by Anthony Norris and P.R. Dedelis. I know I'm terrible at last names. I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is a romantic drama. Naturally, I am a defender of romance comics. I'm a big defender of romance comics. I think there's such a big crowd out there that should be taken advantage of when it comes to doing more romance comic stuff. And I think, unfortunately, we're letting Webtoon take that crowd from us. And Webtoon sucks. I don't like Webtoon romances. In case you couldn't tell by like the many videos I've made reading Webtoon romances. No good. No good. Don't like that stuff. So I want more romance stuff on Burning Star Comics, and we're gonna start off with this. Back, which of course, yes, we're gonna post the first 2 issues actually of this to Burning Star Valentine's Day, February 14th. Sound good, guys? I think it sounds good. Should be interesting. The very basic concept is like these 2 people, they fall in love, right? But she's going to college earlier than he is. He's still in high school. And she's going to college across the country. So now they're facing the trials of long-distance relationship. And then he decides that he's going to go visit her because he knows that she's having a hard time. The issue is, his family is kind of into some shady business, and he gets a little bit in trouble with more dangerers. And that's about all I'll say. I'll let you read the 2 issues when they officially come out. But it's not exactly a romantic comedy, although I do love romantic comedies. It is specifically romance drama. There's a lot of complicated stuff happening. And of course, next one is Reaper. Of course it's Reaper. I think I'm gonna go with the red cover, honestly. I'm starting to feel it for the red. I feel like it's a little bit more poppy. I don't know. Adam kind of gave me his opinion on it, and he was like, I like the red cover. I like the vanilla cover a little bit more, but you should use the red cover to some extent. You know, he's kind of giving me a half and half type answer, and I'm feeling it for the red. I am. I think I'm sticking with this one. Make a yaoi comic steal all the webtooners. No. We're gonna do it without doing the super cliche thing. But yes, so Reaper Book 1. I know Reaper is kind of a super generic title for a comic series, right? But each book is going to be called something different, so there's always going to be a subtitle. Reaper is just kind of the general name of the series itself. So the first book is really Reaper Book 1, The Cursed Castle, and it focuses on him going to this castle, which is cursed, and stuff happens. You know the drill if you've been keeping up on Subscribestar, because I've been posting pages there. But yeah, so that's that's book 1, and then book 2 is called Reaper Book 2 something else. I won't reveal the subtitle because I think that'll be all you're thinking about when you read the book if I reveal too much at once. Very excited about this. Hopefully I'll get more time to work on it. Like I said, I've been a little bit anxious lately just because I gotta put all these previews together and get that on the website. But hopefully I'll start doing that tonight. Saturday, I've got like a double date, which is wonderful. I love going on double dates with our best friends, but that's gonna take up time itself. So hopefully, maybe if I don't get it out Saturday, I can get it out Sunday. That's why I said the weekend I'll post the previews, because more than likely it's probably gonna be Sunday that I actually post it. And then we got Sonic City Witch, woo! Although, yes, the first 3 issues of Sonic City Witch are available digitally on Burning Star already. This campaign is going to be for the full graphic novel, so all the issues in one book. And I'm probably going to re-upload the digital version as all in one as well, so that there won't be, not too much confusion going on there. But yeah, that's written by me from way long back, and Alex Lopez doing the art for that one. That'll be a campaign coming that summer. Then we got a new comic here, sci-fi fantasy. It's called Searchers. I don't really have a cover for it, so I just posted some pages without the text, just to give you something to visually look at. But yes, this should be interesting. This is actually a one-shot comic, so it's a little bit easier. Don't have to worry about multiple issues with this. And it's its own self-contained story that's, open to continue. That's how I like my comic submissions, is one-shot stories that are open to continue, but it's not necessary to continue it. That's my bread and butter. It's going to be black and white, as you see here. And we're going to try to do this digitally and physically. I want to try to maybe get some pre-orders on the website. So hopefully that goes well. And then the last one, for those of you who really enjoyed Crazy Cop Yuzuki, she gets her sequel! Woo! This sequel has actually been being worked on by Cherry for a long time now. So he's very excited to actually get it out there. Already he's doing work on the 3rd issue. But yeah, this one is coming at the end of the year, November 15th. And should be decent. I got a couple pages to put for the previews, so you can get a general idea of what to expect from it. It is a saucy comic. It's not meant for the youngings, not meant for the young readers out there, definitely not. Although it's very cutesy art. Think in terms of Panty and Stocking in its style, right? Where it's very cartoonish, but also very saucy. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? Raunchy? I guess is closer to it. I'll probably be censoring some of the pages for the previews, but the official release will not be censored. So keep that in mind. And yeah, that's for now, of course, all of the comics that I'm gonna be doing 2024. I'll probably, you know, try, if I have more comics to add on as the year goes on, we'll add more comics to be announced later on in the year. But for now, I want to tell you guys what I know, what I got nailed down, show you some preview art, and I'll have some preview pages to post directly on the website, and that'll be fun. Yeah, looking like a pretty good lineup. Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking to a physical version of Sonic City Witch. Awesome. Will Sonic City Witch be in color? Stretch goal, maybe? I might add it as a stretch goal, but honestly, I'm kind of not feeling it anymore. I'm kind of feeling like it'll just, it's probably just going to be in color. If we're being honest here, judging by like digital sales that I've gotten, it just doesn't look like the interest is fully there to really invest in color. And you know, I'm not gonna cancel it, but I'm not gonna overcommit to it, if that makes sense, right? We're gonna finish it up with what we can do. Searchers and the way long back look and sound interesting. Well, you'll get to see some previews of them soon. Then you can just put that on your calendar so you'll know when it'll come out. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably do, for conventions later on in the year, I'll probably print a couple, not too many, but like a couple magazines for the previews to just hand out. I don't think that the ultimate way to get new readers is to just hand out stuff for free. I think it has potential to like get new readers, but it's not like, how do I even explain? It's not like a foolproof plan. There's so many people out there that are just like, oh, well, just make your comic available for free and then it'll blow up and you'll have all these fans. It's the only reason why your comic is not getting any traction is because you're not offering it for free. It's not actually true. I mean, it's possible to get a lot of fans by just posting your comic for free. Sorry, I just heard like a ring and it confused me. I think someone like outside the door, their phone just was ringing for a second. It's definitely possible to get new readers on board, but there are also some people that are just like, I will only read it because it's free, and then I will never buy the actual book. Did I ever tell you about that one guy who... It's a really funny story just because this is something that I think that people were being really paranoid about when they're like, oh, well, I have to seal my comics in plastic because I don't want anyone reading them and then not paying for them, right? And I hear that sometimes and I'm like, man, that's ridiculous. As if anyone would actually just read the book in front of you and then not pay for it. But that did actually happen to me at a convention once, where this guy just picked up It's Not Like Getting a Job Will Kill You, read the whole thing, and then said, oh, it was really good, and then put it down and walked away. And it's like, I'm not a library, I'm selling them. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny, but you know what I mean. Some people are just going through life with the intention of never buying anything that they read, you know? So you do want to make sure that the people who are reading these previews, or reading the free versions of your comics, are actually people that are interested in buying. Like, you don't want readers that are not interested in buying at all. Because you can get a lot of people to read a free book, that's true. But it doesn't mean anything if they're not willing to actually put any money into what they like. And, you know, I would argue a lot of webtoon readers are like that. Not all of them. Not all webtoon readers are like that, but a lot of them are. I think that they're only interested in reading so long as it's free. And that's why, you know, when they do like Kickstarters for a lot of their webtoon comics, they're kind of like amateur success. They don't blow up nearly as much as like how many people are actually reading the comic, you know? Like the people in bookstores that read the book there. I've done that before, but I bought the book afterwards. I've definitely like read a manga in the bookstore while I was like waiting around for Adam, who was doing D&D, and I bought the book afterwards because that's what I do. That's what I do. I usually expect other people to do the same. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way though, right? It is what it is. But yeah. So we got comic announcements out of the way. I already have a dry throat. I haven't even been talking that much. Already drying up here. Did you see the Pop-Tart who toasted himself at a football game in Orlando? No clue what you're talking about. It's a very weird question to be asked. I wish I had some frame of reference, but I really don't. I've got no clue what you're talking about, Matthew. In the future, Dannphan puts a book on display, but the first 2 pages have the story, and then the rest of the pages are blank. That would be impressive. Just a 2-page story? Hey, sometimes it's hard to write a good story in just 2 pages. I don't even think I would be mad. I would just be impressed. Yeah. I buy if I read it, yeah. And you know, there's a lot of manga online that doesn't have an English release yet that I read ahead of time because I'm interested in it. And then when it gets an English release, I want to buy it. There's a lot of anime like that too, where I'm like, oh man, I want to buy the box set of the manga because it was so good. And then it doesn't exist. There's no like English box set for the manga. It happens so often that I do feel the need to rant about it. Because it shouldn't happen as often as it does. Especially if there's an English dub and everything for the anime, but they never translated the manga in English? Like, isn't the usual strat with this whole industry is that you're using the anime to sell the manga? And then when it works on me, the manga's not available for sale? That's stupid. It's just dumb. It's like the whole reason why the anime industry has been so successful is because they have like this cycle that they go on for promoting product. So like it happened with Surrey Children, right? I watched the Surrey Children anime. One of the best romances out there, you know? It's very like brief, but it's very good. It's very strong for like how short the episodes are. And I was like, man, I am definitely gonna buy every single manga for this series. And I'm just gonna display it behind me and I'm gonna read each one. I wanted to actually, because what I was talking about before is that I'm sick of looking at my phone in the morning. I wanted to just like pull out an actual physical manga and read that. That's what I wanted to do with Surrey Children. I was like, this is the one. This is the series that I want all of the physical manga books for. And I want to read and catch up on it in its physical form. So they have an English release of it, but it's all digital. I don't know why. I guess they're just lazy. I don't know. Is there not enough of a fan base behind it? I feel like I would have invested in the books. I would have invested in the physical books if it were me. But that's just me. So it's good. I wanted all of the books. I would have paid for all the books. I'm not paying on Kindle. I don't want to Kindle that shit. I want this. It's like if I'm not gonna fucking make a Comixology account so that I can read all of Surrey Children. You know what I mean? But it's not the only time that happened either. There is no English release for, what was it called? Atomi Fairy Tale? Is that what it was called? God damn it. I can sort of understand because I had never heard of it until recently, but I watched all the anime and I was like, oh, this is really good. I want to buy the manga. And they just never did it. They just never did an English version of it. The only English version I can find is the pirating sites that of dedicated fans that liked the series and decided to translate it themselves. But you know, it's just like, it's somewhat shocking, because why would you do a dub of something that you had no plans in, like, making the full profit off of? But I don't know, man. And what else? Well, there's Your Lie in April, right? To be fair, they have the English release of Your Lie in April, but they don't have it all together as a box set. You have to buy each individual manga and then just put it in a box. It just struck me as bizarre because this is not nearly as much of a complaint, but it just strikes me as bizarre because the Japanese version has a box set for all the manga, but they never bothered doing a box set for the English version. They were just like, nah, you buy them all separately. Maybe at some point in the future they're gonna be like, we finally did it! We put them in a box! Yeah! But for now, they don't have a box set for it. And it just struck me as bizarre. It's like, why? Did the box really cost that much money? All you had to do was put them in a box! What are you doing? That's such a popular anime. And they don't have a box set for it. Or at least not in English. It's just weird. Anyway. So there's a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, print it yourself. At some point, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah. Going forward, I'm gonna have to start reaching out to some of these manga creators and be like, hey, you want an English release of your manga? I'll do it. I'll profit from what the anime has not profited from because they were too dumb. But yeah. Going forward with the YouTube channel, right? Honestly, yeah, I made like one video since the last video. I haven't really found much time to edit it. It's not even a video that's gonna make a lot of views, right? So it's not really worth hiring an editor over. I might as well just do it myself. And I was thinking maybe I should do more review stuff for a little while. I'm very torn between what I know gets a lot of views, but I don't like really doing, and then between that and like what I kind of want to do, but I know won't get a lot of views. And I've been watching a lot of anime recently. Some of them I've been really enjoying. Some of them I've been hating with a passion. But I'd like to do more anime reviews on the channel, and I'd like to do more manga reviews on the channel. I'd like to do more indie comic reviews on the channel. And I'd like to chill out with doing the webtoon read-throughs for a while, because I'm starting to go just a tiny bit insane. just a smidge, you know? Maybe an extended break specifically from that type of video will do me good. Gotta stop reading comments too. Comments are not very cheery on YouTube. I wish they were. But it's like, every time I'm like, oh, I wonder what people think about the video. It's like, even if they're not talking about specifically what's in my video, they're 80% of the time they're talking about something depressing, and it's like, oh god, my day is ruined. Thank you. Thanks for the 20, Mark Schaefer. Late to the stream, but I want a Burning Star box set. Hey! That's what I'll do. Yeah. When Reaper has like multiple books, I'll put them all together into a box. We'll do a Reaper box set one day. If I get enough success to actually do more than one book, of course. I really want to do more than one book for sure. I want to do so many Reaper books. That'd be fan-fucking-tastic. But, yeah, so, channel, right? I'm gonna try to take it a little bit easier. See if we can fucking force some positive content down people's throats. Everyone wants to be depressed all the time. It's really getting me down, you know? But yeah. But we'll do what we can. I mean, people still like to hear me ripped to shreds a bad series, and I can still definitely do that while actively seeking good series. I see my mood improving the more that I read with the intention of finding something good, as opposed to the more I read with the intention of finding something laughably bad. Great show. You always cheer me up and motivate me to draw more comic books. Keep up the great work here. Aw, thank you. There you go. There's some positive comments. Why can't you be like Jason? You know. Usually on the streams, everyone's pretty positive. It's part of the reason why I never got tired of doing the streams as opposed to doing the videos. Because everyone's fairly positive on the streams. Like, everyone's generally in a good mood. And then, like, when I make a video about something, everyone just fucking loses their minds in the comments. I guess it also depends on what the topic is, though. That's part of the reason why I'm like, maybe I should just, like, forcibly make more positive reviews so that people won't be in such a bad mood all the time watching my videos. Jesus. It's so awkward, too, when I make... Like, I obviously am over-exaggerating in a lot of my videos for comedic effect. I mean, I'm not just this wind-up toy that's constantly screaming. No, I'm actually more generally calm throughout my life. I'm a very calm person to be around. But for my videos, because I want to keep the audience's attention, right, I'll try to over-exaggerate and let loose a couple screams every here and there. But sometimes people really just take things way too seriously. When I'm just kind of trying to take something and have a little bit of fun with it. You know? I found your channel from your news videos, but I like watching your reviews and writing advice videos. It's funny you say that, because a lot of people actually find me based on those news videos, which I don't really do anymore. Sometimes just because I'm not really interested in the news, and sometimes because it just, like, I kind of find it depressing. In case you haven't caught on to, like, the cycle of abuse over here, I'm actually not very good at dealing with negativity or depressing thoughts in general. I don't have a very good outlet for it, you know? It's like YouTube, in a way, was my outlet for it. But then it's this big cycle where I put out something negative, talking about something negative to make myself feel better, and then the comments are extra negative, and I read those, and then instead of having this big relief, instead of having this boulder off my chest, I just get an even bigger boulder put on it, you know? Very calm, except when Spyro is being obnoxious. Hey, I will say that my gaming streams, I let loose a little bit in there. That is genuine anger. But no, for the most part I'm calm though, I swear. I'm a very calm person in general. I'm not a very talkative person in real life either. I much rather like listen a lot and then maybe add in a few like tidbits here and there to the conversation. I'm a lot more of a listener, funny enough. But on YouTube I have to be the talker because literally no one else is talking. There's no one else in this room right now, it's just me, you know? And funny enough, people actually found what I said to be interesting enough to actually hit that subscribe button and check out my comics and stuff like that. And it's funny how that happened exactly. Oh, thanks for the $5, Patrick. Many people feel pleasure to make negative comments. It's something that Freud could explain. Just ignore them. You are more intelligent than them. Thank you. That is kind of you and also funny. But yeah, talking about some of the anime that I've watched recently, maybe then, you know, go on this positive trend, talking about nice things. I've been watching the original Mobile Suit Gundam with Adam. We're kind of off and on watching it, right? I watched like the first 10 or so episodes with him, and then we stopped for a while, and now I'm watching it a lot more. I've actually been pretty much enjoying it. I think I am actually a Gundam fan now. Although I haven't finished it. I think we left off on episode 23? So, you know, we still got a ways to go until we reach the end. But I am already thinking about like, oh, which Gundam series should I watch next? What comes next, right? I know that a lot of the Gundam spin-off series have different characters, and I'm willing to bet because there's so many spin-off series, there's probably going to be a bunch of stinkers in there. So I want to avoid the bad series and just go straight to the good ones. That's going to be my general thoughts going into the whole Gundam fandom. But yeah, the original Gundam is pretty decent. There's a few like strange interpretations of war, and I'm sure Adam could fill you in more about that because he has commentary, of course, whenever like a character does something that's a little bit less than intelligent. He's like, oh my god, that's so dumb, why are they doing that, they're obviously gonna die, blah blah blah. But I do also find that kind of amusing while watching Gundam, to hear Adam's commentary on everything. But no, I've been loving it, despite its flaws, honestly. It's very nuanced. And I was really shocked because I was under the impression for like all of my life that the original Gundam series was made for kids to sell toys. Like I thought it was like the Japan version of like He-Man, where it's like, they got a deal with Hasbro and they're like, create a show based on this cool toy or something like that. But as I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, there's actually a couple episodes that are just has full-on nudity. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't think this this was made for kids. I think this was just made for adults. And I think they're just selling the toys to the adults. But it worked, because it's the main people buying those Gundams. They're adults. So, there you go. Thank you, Deaver, for the 10. Yes, OG Gundam is awesome. I recommend Origins, 08th MS Team, War in the Pocket. Unicorn is decent. There was a new one. It was called, like, what was it, Scarlet Witch? No, that as I'm saying that doesn't sound right. It was Red Witch, something witch, with like a red hair protagonist. And I remember inadvertently, while watching someone's video about something completely different, they mentioned that series, and they mention it as though it's like the worst anime series of all time. They're just like so offended by it. So I'm like, geez, I guess I gotta avoid that one. But then I heard someone else mention it and they were like, it's alright. So for that particular person whose video I was watching, they really did not like that series. That's all I know about it. I want to watch Zeta Gundam, but first I need to finish the first series. Yeah, the first series is not even really that long, so it's not that bad to catch up on. It's not like watching One Piece, right? You fucking get into One Piece anime, you're gonna not be able to leave your room for a couple months. But Gundam, I feel very confident, the original Gundam series, that you can like finish in like no time at all. It's like 50 episodes, something like that. It's not bad, not bad. I mean, I'm already like on episode 20 something, you know, so it shouldn't be too long until I get to the end of it. Witch from Mercury. Ah, yeah, that's it. That's it. It was decent up until the end of season 2 where they rushed it. Huh. I heard if you don't like Gundam, you won't like it. Okay. But if you like Yuri, you will like it. I don't like Yuri, so I guess I should avoid it. Yeah. I know an annoying lesbian who won't shut up about the lesbian Gundam, so that's a red flag to me. Oh yeah, there are movies too. There's a whole there was a side manga series made strictly about Char, and then they made it into a movie, I believe. I think, did the manga come first? I know that both exist, but I don't know which one came first. I don't have dates on them, but yeah, so there's like a side movie that I should also see for sure. If you plan to watch Gundam Witch from Mercury, expect a messy ending. Well, that's not the best way to get someone to watch a series, for sure. I am one of those people that do firmly believe a bad ending definitely has the potential to ruin an entire series. There's so many. There's so many where, like, I start off and I'm like, man, this anime has like all these good concepts, and then I get to the ending and I'm like, the fuck was that? Absolutely betrayed. But yeah. So if I hear something has a bad ending, I usually won't even bother with it. It's like 90% of the time. Life's too short. I want to just read and watch good stuff. You know what I mean? Jazz intensifies. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We're already like 2 minutes from the end of the stream. Is there anything else you guys want to go over before I head off? I don't know if there's actually going to be a stream tonight on the Gamefans channel, because we have that double date tomorrow. And that's probably going to take up the whole day, just hanging out with our friends. So we will probably either end the stream early or just not stream at all. We're gonna have to get to bed early so that we can wake up in the morning and do the whole day with them. But yeah. Anything from winter anime series you're looking forward to? You know, that's a good question. Let me see what's coming up on 2024. I know Delicious in Dungeon. It's finally out and about in America. It was released in Japan a while ago, but now it's being released here. And I'm fucking pumped to watch all of that, obviously. Trigger's doing it. It's like, man, fuck yeah. Let me look up 2024 winter. Get a full list in front of me. There's Kaiju number 8, which I'm obviously looking forward to. Okay, winter 2024. A Sign of Affection. I feel like I've read that. Or I at least have, like, the manga for it. But I can't remember anything about it. So either I didn't like it or I didn't read it, I just own it. There's the Blue Exorcist Illuminati saga. That should be decent. I really don't like how they approached doing the Blue Exorcist remakes. However, it is what it is, right? Actually, let me show you my screen so you can actually see what I'm looking at. So basically, instead of giving it the full-on Brotherhood treatment, Blue Exorcist, instead, they decided to work off of the anime that they already made, but then, like, just retcon a bunch of stuff in the second season. And that was the Kyoto saga. And it's just, like, the way that they did the transition was not super good. They really just should have started from the beginning, in my opinion, with Blue Exorcist. Maybe that's a hot take. If you had to re-release the same episodes exactly as they were before, it would have been fine. Just do a complete re-release. Just, like, completely edit those episodes where you just went off the rails and do it exactly how the manga had it done. Because now it's confusing for people who want to jump on board to Blue Exorcist who weren't already reading the manga. But it's just unfortunate. Cherry Magic. I keep on seeing so many fucking ads for this shitty piece of shit. I never want to get anywhere near this anime. I'm sick of seeing ads for it. Stop advertising it. Delicious in Dungeon. That's going to be awesome. Classroom of the Elite. I know Adam is super into that. I'm kind of lukewarm on it myself, but it exists. I read a little bit of this way back in the day. I forget why, but for some reason I had trouble getting into it. There was some sort of psychological block there. I should pick up the manga again, though. I remember very specifically what the cover looked like. And that's the most distinct thing in my memory, but I can't remember what was actually in it. What was actually, like, in the pages, you know? But I'd be willing to give it another shot. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I don't want to get anywhere near that, just from the cover alone. Not selling me. Oh, Magic and Muscles. I finished the manga series of that, and that was super good. It was, like, goofy, but I enjoyed it a whole lot. It's like my guilty pleasure. There's the Solo Leveling anime, right? Adam is super into that. He says it's, like, very good, very solid. It's part of the reason why there's so many manhwa out there that tries to just, like, copy what this did, because it's just good. I've never read it myself, but I believe him that it's good, so I want to watch with him the anime. Dangers in My Heart. I watched it, I read the manga for it. I was kind of unimpressed. Gotta be honest with you. I don't really care about the second season. Not gonna bother with it. Yorosei Yatsura. I never finished the original anime for this. So I should probably do that before jumping onto the remake. Witch and the Beast. I tried reading that manga, just couldn't get into it, honestly. And then they got a bunch of movies. So yeah, those are the main ones that strike my attention. A lot of these I honestly never heard of. Have I heard of Great Pretender? That sounds pretty familiar. But you know. Is there any that chat is looking forward to that you'd like to recommend to me? Isn't Demon Slayer coming back soon? Yeah, in theory it should be, right? Do you read Jujutsu Kaisen? It's really, really good. Actually, I started off Jujutsu Kaisen with the anime, but I didn't finish it. I'm still waiting on the Blue Box adaptation. Yeah, people are always hyping up Blue Box. Looking forward to more Urusei Yatsura. If you want to see gay Gundam characters done right, Iron-Blooded Orphans. I mean, gay Gundam characters is not exactly on my to-do list of, like, anime I'm looking for. Just being honest here, some people are really into gay stuff, just like as a genre, as like something that they really like indulging in. I'm just not one of those people. Just gotta be honest with you. When I read gay stuff on the channel, it's not because I'm into it, it's because I'm not into it. That makes my reactions so funny. Like, the most fun I've ever had reading a gay comic really has been Boyfriends, just because it's so ridiculous. But you know. Great Pretender was a popular Netflix exclusive anime. Oh, okay. Can't say that I have a lot of faith in Netflix anime, but I've been liking Undead Unluck. I watched like 2 episodes. No, wait. No, I watched 1 episode. Adam watched more of it without me. It's time for Interrogation Princess. I haven't read it, but I'd be interested in looking into some new stuff for sure. Magic Muscle anime was good fun, yeah. Who's your favorite comic book writer? Can't really say I have a favorite, honestly. I mean, as you can see, I like different variety of different types of story. So, hard to really just pick one and be like, you're my favorite of all time. Yes. It's also because I'm a very critical person. Even the manga series or the comic series that I like the most, that I'm like, yes, this is my guilty pleasure, I get so excited to read the next chapter. Even that, I'm like, I still have critiques of, because I'm just a very critical person. There is no 100% perfect thing for me. It's just like what I personally like the most, you know what I mean? Anyway, we're over time. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes already. My voice is a-hurtin', and I gotta go drink some water. But we'll be back on another Friday stream. I'll try to get another video out sometime. Even if it's just like something short and simple. Even if it's just like a really short anime review. I'll do something, just so you're not completely without Dannphan videos. Thank you guys for joining me on another Friday with Dannphan. Look forward to those comics coming out this year. Those are going to be a ton of fun. Anyway, good night, everybody. See you next time. Bye!